Heyo, welcome to OmniBros Friday edition. Thank you for tuning in an hour later. I just got back from dinner and I'm joined as always by the fabulous Comics Guide. How are you doing, buddy?
Baba Booey.
Hit him with the hind. Hit him with
happy,
the hind.
hit him with the hind. Happy Friday, man.
Happy Friday. Thank you to everybody for showing up an hour late. I apologize. This is typically my nightmare. First of all, leaving the house, sitting with two other couples for dinner. Upper management is sick today. I had to go by myself.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Right. I had to go by myself. These are old friends of ours that we go out to dinner with them a lot. But this is I may have told you this before, but whenever Patty and I go, and this has been the way it's been for like the past 25 years, go to a party or go to dinner, she knows I don't say anything. So she goes, okay. Oh, as soon as we get in the car, she goes, okay, what have you been up to this week? Tell me. And I'm like, well, I did this, and I did that. And she goes, okay, that's good. That's good. Keep going. And I'm like, well, I did this and this. So I didn't have upper management there with me. I was alone. So, and the only thing these guys know to ask me about is how's your YouTube show doing? And I've had kind of a block for the past month. I put up a video today. I made another one this afternoon. I'm going to do a couple more this weekend. I'm in a rare, unblocked, good mood type phase. So I'm just going to try and pump out 19 videos. But I didn't have anything to say. I'm like, oh, it's going good. I have a show at 9. I didn't have anything to say. Oh, but it was fine. But everybody was nice, and they're old friends of ours. It's a couple we went to Disney World with back in 2015. One of them, nice. So I know them pretty well.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, it was way outside my comfort zone.
So this wasn't like a blind couples date, where your wife set you up and then you show up and the guy's trying to talk to you about crypto and you're like, I have no interest in crypto.
Can I pay for this dinner in Bitcoin? Yeah. No.
Or you order a water and they order 8 appetizers and they go, so we're all splitting the bill evenly, right?
Boy, do I hate that. I've always hated that. Yeah, so but the tables have sort of returned. My, as Michael said on The Office, how the turntables. The tables have turned in the house because Patty's not feeling well. I think it's we both got our flu shots this week. I didn't have a reaction, but I think she's had a reaction. So she wasn't up for going to dinner and hasn't felt well all day, but I've felt pretty well. So it's complete role reversal, because usually in the morning we already talked about this because you're like this. You just told me this last week. She's like up like a busy bee, bzz, 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 wakes up. I'm like dragging myself down for a cup of coffee. I hate everything. And so now I got up first thing this morning. Hey, it's a beautiful day. Look. And Patty's like, oh, let me sleep in. I feel sick. I'm not even doing this. Oh. I'm like, come on. The sun's out. What are you doing? So, yeah. My, how the turntables. Here's everybody's buddy, Jewish Dragons. How you doing?
Hey, bud.
Hondo. Hondo and Maniac Matt. Maniac Matt just sent me, I think he's a Maniac Matt. They both live in the Bay Area, and they just sent me, Matt sent me a video of San Francisco lights at night from on top of Mount Davidson. It was gorgeous. Yeah. Gorgeous. So Hondo, good guy, NFL dude. Delete your Twitter, everyone. After 11:15, oh, it's today. You'll be automatically opted in for X to use your post DMs and pictures to train their generative AI service.
Man, let me tell you, I
What?
haven't used Twitter. I don't really use Twitter because I just can't stand the app altogether. And it's gone downhill so fast,
Yeah.
especially in the last year. So I signed up for Blue Sky, like everybody's been seemingly doing that. It's the cool thing, the hip thing to do, right? That the kids are doing.
It's what the youths are doing.
Exactly. I am enjoying it. In fact, I'm actually going to put my handle down there if anybody wants to follow me.
Oh yeah, I just signed up today. I should put my handle down there too. Or wait, what is my handle? I think it's just Omnidog's Vault. Wait, where are you, Blue Sky? Oh, I actually put it right here.
There. LouRodrigue.bsky.social. So that's where I'm at right now, man.
Right. I'm at omnidogsvault.bsky.social.
So please go ahead and follow me, man. So far, I have to say, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. It's like Quitter. It's Quitter. It's like Twitter. Yeah, it is Quitter. It's like Twitter, but without all the bullshit right now. So I'm really digging it. And so far, my feed's been pretty good. I'm like, man, wow, this reminds me of when Twitter was first a thing. And it wasn't just clogged up with a bunch of anger.
Look at James. He just it's got both of us already. How did you do that? Are you even following me, James? How did you I have 3 followers. So everybody feel free to join me because I actually will start posting stuff. Twitter I just let die. I just let die because I hadn't posted on there since 2015. But I'll start posting on because unlike Instagram, you can post live links in your tweet or your, what do they call them? I forget what they call them. Sleets or swats or glops or something.
No clue, man.
I don't know what they call them, but they've got clickable links. And so oh dear. I do. Oh no. Wait, what?
You got to pick one, Jess.
Oh wait, Omnidog the Jester. I don't remember doing that one.
Did you do that?
Omnidog the Jester. I don't remember creating that one. The
might have Earth 2 Omnidog might have created that.
This is the one I meant to create. This is the one I created today.
Well, Earth 2 Omnidog has Omnidog the Jester, and I'm pretty sure he owns a Taco Bell in Paluma somewhere right now. And he drinks White Russians on the weekends.
Taco Bell. Sweet Mimosa, bro. Why am I getting notifications so late? We actually just started. We started like a little bit after 9. So welcome. Labruski just followed us both. Thank you. Make sure you follow the one that I meant to create, not alternate Jess's one. NFL dude has a good question. What's a hip, trendy website to order comics? Very good question.
Very good question.
Very good question. Where all the youths ordered theirs, that would be instocktrades.com. Where okay, there's so much stuff on here. InstockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from 30% up to maybe 50, 60% off. And don't forget the 2% loyalty discount. This is a brand new month of November. We haven't given away the IST gift card yet, worth $50 to a lucky viewer like you out there. Free shipping on orders of $50 or more in the United States. That's crazy. I still can't believe they do that. Free shipping. Wow. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Thank you, NFL dude. I was trying to figure out how I was going to work it in. Looking that Jestress, it don't seem like the Jess we know. I think it's someone else. Kane says OmniDog Jester's Jess Earth -0. OmniDog the Jester is the alternate universe Jess that never left. Maybe somebody made that one. Maybe I need to call myself the real OmniDog, but I didn't recall. I knew I had the app, but I didn't recall making that. But that doesn't mean anything. If I don't recall, I can't even remember what I read today. So I could have easily created it.
Maybe that this is Jake, and this is his Jason Todd moment where he turns into the Red Hood against you, and he steals your identity, or tries to.
I need to get a blue sky crowbar. Whack the heck out of him.
This is his Red Hood moment.
Let's see. Actually, we had a lot. Oh, William Lee Labruski was first. William Lee second. Uh-oh. This is a topic. What is our topic? Q&A. Oh, burgers and ice cream and anime. I actually have an anime thing to talk about.
Oh.
Kane loves anime. Wait, did I showed you what? Did I show you what Kane sent me from New York City? Oh, you weren't on Monday.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't on Monday.
Just a sec. Let me show you what Kane was nice enough to get me in New York City, Comic-Con, okay. NYCC.
Okay.
As you know, David Nakayama, one of my all-time favorite artists, if not my favorite, not only got his signature on this.
Cool.
But let me highlight myself for a sec. It says, for Jess, a.k.a. OmniDog, with this awesome magic cover, and then this bitchin' ass Wonder Woman for Jess, a.k.a. OmniDog. Look at that cover.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool.
And he signed that. Kane, what a super nice person. And a little gal named Harley Quinn got to Jess, a.k.a. OmniDog. Can you guess whose signature that is? I figured it out.
It's
the person's first name.
Jimmy Buffett?
Jimmy Buffett? He's dead. He's not even a cartoonist.
he did die. Jimmy Buffett did die.
Jimmy Buffett.
Amanda Connor.
Chip Zdarsky.
I can't read that. Wow. Is that Chip. Okay, I could kind of see it.
Yeah, that's how I figured it out. So a billion thanks to you. I need to. Oh, this would be something good for me to post on Blue Sky.
That would be good.
Yeah, because that's what I gotta catch up on. I still haven't posted the nice things that Palmiotti and Connor, speaking of them, did for me at Baltimore Con, and that was 2 months ago.
Everything I've heard of those two is nothing but class act. I've heard they are some of the sweetest people, both of them.
They were so nice. I got them at the very end of their signing. There's a big line, but their handler was trying to the handler said, no, they're not doing anything. I have to get them to lunch. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I locked eyes with Amanda Connor, and I said, your Harley Quinn changed my life. It was the best run ever, New 52. And she said, oh, that's so nice. Let me sign for you. And so I was pissing the handler off, because then Jimmy and Palmiotti got into it. They both put nice big sketches in there with their signatures, and they took pictures with me, and the handler's going, come on, go to lunch. And I'm like, oh, this is great. They were super nice.
I'm just happy you didn't pull do you think you know who I am? Or do you know who I am, Card? I'm the OmniDog. Because there are several...
you mean saying that to the handler?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm glad you didn't do the, don't you know who I am? Don't you... I know you wouldn't, but there are certain YouTubers out there, Omar, that would pull that card.
I think they recognize him.
Yeah, they
This was
recognize
the first time they saw me.
Yeah, they recognize Omar at this point. No.
Welcome, Bakti Keys.
Omar's interviewed them like 10 times at this point. I'm sure they know him at this point.
Oh yeah, I think so. And I gave Jimmy Palmiotti my card, and I said I'm a big fan of Paper Films too, which is their Kickstarter imprint. And he goes, "Oh, well then I really like you. I'm gonna give you your card back with my email address on it, and I'm happy to do an interview with you."
That's cool.
That is cool because I don't know if it was the same handler, but 2 years ago, when I was still trying to do interviews, he was, whoever the handler was that I was trying to go through was like, just put me through hell. And I never got Jimmy Palmiotti on.
Yeah.
So I just avoided the middleman. And so I got to get Jimmy Palmiotti on because I would love to talk to him. He's still one of the guys I'd like to talk to.
Yeah. I've seen him in panels and stuff like that. And he genuinely seems like a dude that you could sit down and just talk comics for a while, and you could just pick his brain, and you could have a real conversation with him. Which is
they both seem super down to earth and super happy.
Who would you like to have a one-on-one sit down with in the entirety of the industry?
Mike Allred. I'd like to hang out with him at like a comic store or a vinyl record store. Yeah. Go to lunch with him, play video games with him, have a sleepover with him.
Okay, all right.
Make s'mores.
Okay, chain him up in your basement. Got it. It puts the lotion on the skin.
Oh God. I think I really dug Mike Allred, so I think that I would like to. I could hang out with him. I'm trying. Everybody the minister and I talked to during the pandemic, like 2020 and 2021, Rom V, Cy Spurrier, Greg Rucka, all of them were super nice. Just really chill, easy to talk to. I don't think there was one person that John Arcudi, he was really cool. He was like, it was like the beginning of the interview, and he's like, is it okay if I do real talk, And and we're like, yeah, sure. Whoa, swore like a sailor. And we're like, it was great. John Arcudi was really cool.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, we've tried to get a few people on here every once in a while, but we've never really had the luck, or it's never really happened for us. We've gotten 2 or 3 people on here in the past as far as interviews, but I would love to get some really high profile people on here too.
I think if you really want to do that, I bet we could do it if you want to do that. I certainly know Jimmy Palmiotti. I have Jimmy Palmiotti's email address. It's so old it's AOL.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
But yeah, one thing Very Fine told me is why creators do so many shows. They don't even ask how many subs you have. They'll do, except Tom King now. He's in such high demand. You have to go through his publicist, DC's publicist, and I get that. Is that sometimes these really big comic book shows charge creators, which I didn't know. What? Creators have to pay. That's what Very Fine told me. Jeez, which is why, yeah. So if you'd like to work on that, I'm happy to talk to you about trying to work on that.
I think that'd be wonderful if we could get some guests on here, man. I mean, hey, we're not going to charge. If anybody out there is watching this and is a comic creator, look, we are not going to charge you. Okay,
we'll probably pay you.
We will probably pay you to be on this show.
We'll hook you up with a $50 gift card at IST that's meant for somebody else.
Jesus. Yeah, in terms of YouTubers and comic book YouTubers, we are like access cable. Okay, you don't
I,
have to do much to get on this show.
I am in the basement.
So, all right. Do you remember? Well, you had an access cable show
I
too,
did,
didn't you?
yeah. I had a cable access show in the 90s. I need to get more of those on my channel. I just
Man,
never think of it for Throwback Thursday.
do you still have some of those tapes
I
somewhere?
have all of them on my desktop. Yeah, they're
Oh,
my wife had them converted to DVD. Wait, okay. They're like 10 times transferred at this point because I there were the master tapes and I made VHS tapes of them.
mhm.
Then she converted them into DVD, and then the DVDs got converted into files on my computer. So it's
Mhm.
not the best picture. But I had some fun guests of
Yeah.
collectors.
Goodness.
Yeah. Wait. Cycle yelling at us. Jess just got back from dinner. Time for some burgers and ice cream. Yeah, man. I'll tell you two things that are on my mind. One, McDonald's has a holiday dessert now, the
Mm.
custard pie.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I haven't had that. I don't think ever. I don't think I even knew it existed.
Mhm.
So as much as I'm trying to lose weight and doing a lot of walking and eating properly,
Mhm.
I'm having that custard pie before Christmas. I can promise you that.
It's the time of the. This is a difficult time of the year for people to stick hard to a diet, man. It
Yeah.
really, because you've got so many holidays coming up, and not only that, this is the time of the year you get seasonal foods, where you get stuff that only shows up for those 2 months, and then it's gone for the rest of the year.
Which creates what does it create? Oh, I'm not as good as Geo. Wait, where is that? It creates this FOMO.
It definitely creates FOMO, man. It's
Yeah.
it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Do you have any interest in this Mike Tyson fight tonight? By any chance?
Not really, but I was subjected to seeing the weigh-in where Tyson slapped whoever his opponent is.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I guess he felt disrespected and he I don't know who this person is that Tyson's fighting, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't fight Mike Tyson if Tyson had both hands tied behind his back and
Mhm.
was sitting in a chair. Somehow he would kill me.
First off, bless your heart for not knowing who Jake Paul is, because you don't need to know who he is. He's an asshole.
Okay. He had a
So is
lot
his
of
brother.
tattoos. I noticed that.
Yeah, he's an asshole. So is his brother. And I'm not like a legit in real life, they're both assholes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Secondly, I wouldn't fight Mike Tyson if he was in a wheelchair.
No.
Okay.
80 years old, Mike Tyson? No, he's
No,
still kicking my ass.
he's still Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes. I've got it on in the background. Honestly, I really a lot of these fights I think are just staged or they're rigged or whatever. They're set up. And I'm not saying Jake Paul can't fight because I've seen him. He can actually box pretty well.
He's a pretty
But
big dude.
he's a big dude. It's still Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it a pay-per-view or is it on some channel?
It's Netflix. It's on Netflix right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got it on in the background, but I'm not gonna honestly after the show is done, I'm probably if depending on where it's at, the fight hasn't even started. I'm probably just gonna turn it off and not pay attention to it.
How long do you think the fight is going to last?
So here's the thing. Because Mike Tyson is 58 years old.
Oh, he is. Wow.
He looks great for
Yeah,
58.
he
He looks
does.
amazing.
He's pretty
He's
ripped.
Yeah, he's on that is not natural what he's on because it's 58. And Jake Paul's got youth on his side. He's probably got a little bit more stamina because Mike Tyson's weakness was always his gas tank. If you could get out of those first few rounds, you could survive Mike Tyson generally. Mike would always beat you in the first 3 or 4 because he had that power. and he'd knock her ass out in the first 3 or 4.
Yeah, and that ferocious anger that he has.
Oh my god. Yeah, so if this thing goes farther than 3 or 4, yeah, that's when I think he could win. But it's still Mike Tyson, and one punch from Mike Tyson. Oh my god.
Like right in the face. Don't you think this other guy's going to just drop to the ground? Up one punch from Mike Tyson?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know anything about this other guy, but frick, Mike Tyson.
I don't know.
Sweet covers. Thank you. Those are gorgeous. So awesome, Kane. Oh, the Wonder Woman cover was NYCC exclusive. Thank you. Yeah, I would not fight him. $10 million. Okay.
You get in the ring for $10 million against Mike Tyson?
Yeah, he'd hit me once, break my face, and I'd go down, and it would take 7 or 8 surgeries to make me pretty again, but I'd have $10 million.
I think it's a win-win.
But do I actually make it into the ring with Mike Tyson, even for $10 million? I might get scared and to say he can have the 10 million. I don't want it.
Think about it like this. Yes, he would break your face, but
yes.
But the next day you would be on a really nice boat while you're recovering. You
drinking my dinner through a straw.
Yes, but you have a nice boat. I don't know if you're a boat guy or not. But
I'm not really a boat guy, but thank you so much, Kane. It was awesome. Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Amanda and Jimmy are absolute best comic people. I had an actual normal, non-comic book related conversation with Amanda. You did? Wow. That's cool. Omnipero, big timing. The handler is hilarious. He was not pleased. He didn't say anything, but I could see by the look on his face that he was annoyed with me. But boy, they could not have been nicer.
Yeah.
Big timing.
What exactly? So a handler is just basically an assistant, right? That's their assistant?
Yeah, I think so. He's there to get him to, because they had a panel right after lunch. And then after the panel, they were going to come back.
Okay.
So in all fairness to the handler, he was on a tight schedule. But in all fairness to the handler, I wasn't taking no for an answer when I had them to myself. I actually just wanted their signatures, but they drew really nice things, really cool pictures of Harley in the book for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Everyone, yeah, Kane, I think, was there for a while. She is a seasoned vet of NYCC. Everyone who I had the pleasure of speaking with at NYCC were super duper nice. I genuinely enjoyed talking with each and every one. Kane, did you get to talk to Chip Zdarsky very much? Now that's the one person the minister and I did not get to interview. And I really would have liked to have interviewed Chip Zdarsky. He seems like he's super funny.
I asked Omar this when we had the live stream like 2 weeks ago, and I was genuinely curious if Chip Zdarsky is Chip Zdarsky. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes a lot of people, when they get in front of cameras or they have a certain internet personality, and that's just who they are, and they turn it on and off. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are like that. Omar was like, no, he is really Chip Zdarsky. What you expect is what you get from him.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a great idea from Jewish Dragons. You need to play Star Wars action figures with Allred and all of his crazy dioramas. Yeah, he builds dioramas with these. Wait, I'm not. Where am I here? Where's my hand?
Got it. I think you got it.
It's the hot toy right there. He buys hot toys and makes dioramas with those.
That's so cool.
It's not like Marvel Legends. These are hot toys he builds stuff with. OmniBros is the Wayne's World of comics.
I will take that.
I will too. I love those two movies. The show's more entertaining than regular TV. Peace and love.
Thank you.
UHF Part 2. Was that the Weird Al movie? Or UHF?
I don't know.
Spooey, a Friday stream, and I walk into people talking about VHS tapes. Hey, you never know. Coming soon to OmniBros, Henry Abrams, Frank Miller, and Alan Moore. Henry Abrams would have to pay us, and we'd still turn him down.
I would love to get an interview with Henry Abrams.
Would you?
Yes, just to ask him why.
I don't see that one going very well.
I would not even elaborate. I would just go, okay, Bloodline, why? And just let him go for 5-10 minutes as he just tries to walk me through that minefield of a book.
Don't you feel like you'd make him cry? I feel like he would cry.
Not on purpose, but
right.
Yes. Yeah. I do feel like I would hurt somebody's feelings, which is probably why I've never reached out to Chris Ware to have him on the show for an interview.
Yeah, I'll leave him off the list of creators I contact.
I somehow doubt that we're going to get Chris Ware on the show for his next peddling of slock that he puts out for the masses.
Oh, Samantha seeing Coldplay tonight. Wow.
Hey, nice.
That's boss. And we're the warm-up act for Coldplay. I like it. Thank you, Batmantha. Yeah, but I only just discovered it today. The custard pie. Seasonal cuisine FOMO. Yes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just still have the master. I think in the move, I think I just kept the DVDs and pitched the tapes. I'm almost positive I did that. Yeah, I don't have the Oh, wait, he's got a little VHS tape there as an emoji. That's amazing. So Jay, that sounds like a blast. Have you ever heard the Cloud Nothings cover of Clocks? One of my favorite covers ever. Cloud Nothings are awesome. They're the ones that play at the hot dog place near Cycle. I wouldn't fight Mike Tyson in a dream. They're fighting for 80 million?
Jesus Christ.
So if I was offered 40 million, I'm not in the shape that other person is.
For $40 million, I'll get into whatever shape you want me to get in. Square, round, triangle, whatever. Whatever shape you want me to be in for $40 million. Yes.
Wow. Yes. 40. How does Netflix have that money to throw at them? I don't know how that works.
It's got to be through sponsors, through deals that they make. It's got to be through that. I can't see it any other way. Through promotions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I honestly can't see it any other way. Because I think, isn't Netflix massively in debt right now?
I honestly don't know. That leads me to the anime that I was talking about. I watched, and I'll it was last week, but I need to catch up. I watched the first 2 episodes of Arcane, and it was super good. It was awesome, but somebody was saying that cost $230 million for both those seasons.
Jesus.
It is gorgeous, and I love the voice acting, and I'm hooked. I'm definitely going to watch the rest of it. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to see as much as I can, but where's that money coming from? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the man had a Nintendo game. That's right. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I wouldn't fight Mike Tyson in the Nintendo game. Forget it. He's always punching me out. The main event is supposed to start around midnight.
Yeah, that's not happening for me. Okay. I can tell you right now. I'm watching this tomorrow morning then. Fuck that.
I put a lot of info on the fight in the sports channel on Discord. That would be OmniDog's Vault Discord. Thank you, Cycle. Oh, are you making any bets? Jake is favored by the odds, but 81% of the people bet on Tyson to win. What?
What do you got, Cycle? And what round? Because you're a betting man. You've got a gambling problem. So which one are you betting on today, buddy?
Yeah, you're our gambling addict. What are you spending tonight? I'd fight Tyson and spend the rest of life drinking from a gold straw. Yeah.
You know, it's not really a gambling problem for me until Cycle starts betting on table tennis that's in China at 3 a.m. That's when it's a serious gambling problem for Cycle. When he's betting on
the Hondo thinks Father Time gets Iron Mike. I don't know. That guy's strong and ffast. I'm not staying up till 1:45 either.
Hell no.
I'd rather go see Coldplay.
Father Time is unbeaten,
man. Correct. Axel, welcome. Are we still talking about food? We can get back to it if you'd like. We didn't talk about burgers yet. I talked about the custard pie I want from McDonald's. I do have something else that you showed in the OmniBros chat. Kane, I did talk with Chip for a few minutes as he was signing my books and your books. He is such a humble gentleman. That's nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're losing next. Imagine. Thank you both again, host. Running off to see one of my favorite podcasts live. We Hate Movies. That Comics Guide may also be able to extol the virtues of. Is this a podcast you listen to?
If it's who I think it is, I've heard of it. Let me double check. I think I might know who that is.
Oh, UHF. I thought UHF was Weird Al.
No, I don't know this one.
It is the greatest Weird Al movie.
I don't know.
Everybody wishing Batmantha having a great time at Coldplay. That's going to be pretty awesome. Before we get to burgers and ice cream, I don't think the chat knows this because I feel like you broke the news. Florida has banned 700 books in public schools.
Yeah, so Florida.
I have an example of one of them. So tell me about this.
Yeah, so Florida in its fast pass to make illiteracy a huge thing in the state, and continue the dumbing down of this country, has decided that they're going to ban 700 books in public schools. The list is very extensive. What I was surprised, mostly because I don't think the politicians that are making this list actually read, much less read the books that are on this list, is that one of the books was Batman the White Knight.
Yeah, I pulled it.
Yeah.
I only had 10 minutes to go through it, but how is this different than any other book? Besides, first of all, Peace and Love, I only have the trade paperback. Ooh, this should be, this should come out as an absolute. Damn. All of those books should come out as absolutes. But I looked through this. I didn't see anything that was anything more than any other book. I don't even think it was, okay, it's Black Labels, so maybe it's like PG-13 or something. I didn't see anything in this book that would... Of course, I don't think To Kill a Mockingbird should be on any banned list either, so...
My assumption is it's because of the name. Because let's be honest, a lot of the people that ban these books, they haven't read the books.
Oh, White Knight? So
my assumption is because of the name that it was banned. They probably saw the name and they just went, let's ban the book.
That didn't even occur to me.
Yeah. I look, man. I am not for, obviously, I'm not for banning books. I'm not. I'm for, obviously, certain ages, maybe give the material that is appropriate for their age. You're not going to give a child, you're not going to give a second grader Fahrenheit 451 and expect them to read it and understand it, you know?
Good reference, by the way.
But it's true. But I don't think you should ban books just in schools altogether. It's whatever. I have a list of some of the stuff. Hold on. Let me see if I can get some examples.
Oh, Lou can get into his Chris Ware discussion in a minute.
Oh, you don't want me to get into
that. We'll bag back into that. Hot Toys did post a sneak peek that they are they're making Arcane into Hot Toys. The first one will be Jinx. So what you're saying is that a Robert Kirkman interview is coming. LOL. Big LOL.
Oh man. You know, no, we don't hate Kirkman. We don't hate Kirkman.
I like Firepower, so I haven't finished the second book yet, but yeah, it's not the Golden Kirkman anymore for a reason.
Forever Judy Bloom. I'm looking at some of this stuff.
Spooey, my YouTube channel is like 90% VHS conversions. I could have repopulated your show to the world for future generations, like Kirk and Spock did with those whales in Star Trek 4. I have the DVDs. That's the best I can give you, Spooey.
So books from George Orwell, the book Slaughterhouse-Five, Toni Morrison, Alice Walker. You recognize that there is an issue with this movement.
Those are banned? What? Okay.
Yeah. So
how come Hit Girl 2 isn't banned? That book should be banned. Well, so should Nemesis.
My thing is, look, the average literacy rate in this country, and it's been proven, as of I think 3 or 4 years ago, is 5th grade. Most people in this country read at a 5th grade level, which is really, really, really bad. And it seems like we just keep setting the bar lower and lower. You know, we're trying to ban books and stuff like that. And I'm not going to get into my whole spiel about everything that's going on right now because that's neither here nor there. But if anything, we should be encouraging kids to find new and interesting things and read things. Look, your kids will be fine if they read some of this stuff. It'll challenge them a little bit, yes. But I was reading stuff like Stephen King at the age of 7 and 8 years old. And I turned out all right. I'm a little screwed up in the head, but I turned out okay, you know?
Well, you're on the public access YouTube channel right now, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have a quick question. Are those books banned for public schools or in public libraries?
As far as I know, now I have to do a more research.
Let me look at that.
It's just the public schools.
Because as long as public libraries are okay, this is my thing. You let me decide what my kid can read or not. You let me decide what I'm going to read. I don't want anybody telling me what I can or can't read or watch. Let me decide. I don't want government interference in that. Netflix is only $16 billion in debt. Wow.
Book removed because of ejections includes Slaughterhouse-Five, collection of Stephen King books, Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Yeah.
Florida Department. Oh, okay. It's in schools. Okay.
I wish I just got the highlight of like some of the most popular, most well-known stuff, but it's a list of 7. It's still a huge list of 700 books.
Yeah. Wow. I did finish Agatha All Along. Ooh, I gotta watch that. Demon Slayer season 5 in 1 week. For me, that is insane. Hondo, send Jess video and send me the spare Molly. Hey, he's my Molly connection, not yours. Arcane seasons 1 and 2 cost around $250 million. Wow.
Jesus.
Thank you, James. They could sell Miller World back to him for $350. What? Yeah, 9 figures they gave him. And have we seen anything besides Jupiter's Legacy for 3 episodes?
There's been stuff that they've put out. Nobody's watched it, but there's been stuff they put out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's Jupiter's Legacy, and well, he's fine. He's giving it the old "what's for." Or
someday I'm going to get you to read this because it's actually really good. Magic Order's a lot of fun.
I know. Look, man, I'm not a Mark Millar fan these days. I'm really not. I need to give him a shot. I need to give his newer stuff a shot because in my mind, I associate Mark Millar with the mid 2000s of like the cool bro books, which is fine because I love Ultimates. I really enjoyed a lot of that stuff. It's fun. But I don't think as a writer, at least from what I've read, I don't think as a writer, he really grew out of that. Now you're telling me that some of the newer stuff is actually not bad though. So I'll give it a shot.
Well, Magic Order is this is actually going to be one of the books I review when I make my magic / witchy witches video this weekend, and it's really smart, engaging, witty. It's as far as not safe for work, I'd say it's like a PG-13. It's not. It could be banned in Florida, but it's not. There's no. Everything that happens in it is consensual and helps push the book forward. And there's nothing. I mean, there's swear words, of course, but that's how people talk, and that's how these magicians talk. But I really found this witty and engaging.
Okay, cool, man.
And I think maybe it's because it was for Netflix. I don't think he couldn't write the second half of The Authority and put that on Netflix. You know, that there was some problematic stuff in his run in The Authority. But anyway, yeah, you should read Magic Order. I don't know when you're going to do that. You're fighting me hard on that one.
I am. I'm pushing you. I'm pushing back against you with that and Scarlet Witch, even though I shouldn't.
Oh, God. Because of Steve Orlando. Oh, it's so good.
Yes, you know how I feel about him.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I hear. Okay. Before the end of the year, I will read that Scarlet Witch book. Before the end of this year.
You're saying, James is going to hold you to that. I'll forget, but he'll remember.
James can hold me to it. Okay. 9:53 p.m. Friday, November 15th. I, Lou Rodrigue, swear, hand on this container of Chinese food that we'd had for dinner last night. I know there really is Chinese food in here.
I believe
that I will read Scarlet Witch before the year is over. So help me God.
Okay. That James is going to remember. I can promise you that.
Jesus Christ, what have I done?
I predict you're going to enjoy it.
I'll take the punch with Mike Tyson instead. I'll give it a shot.
Okay. I really like it. It's very interesting. Kane, White Knight is probably banned because of the depiction of police, politics, etc.
Probably.
Corrupt police and corrupt politics, but that's Gotham City is always corrupt. It could be any comic book for that. I'm not saying you're wrong, Kane. That could be the reason, but why this book and not any other book that depicts Gotham City as corrupt, like Gotham City Year One. That's pretty twisted and weird, and I loved it, but that I don't know, that showed corrupt politicians and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cycle believes in your theory about White Knight. I like that they are so dumb that it's just over the name. I also read, I'm with Spooey. I also read Fahrenheit 451. It was required reading along with To Kill a Mockingbird and several other books. Red Hood was banned too, but then I discovered it was the E. Arnold book and not the Scott Lobdell one. J.R. Sacktap. Welcome to the show. It's by county, not all of Florida and schools.
Okay.
That's good to know.
I still don't like it. I don't like limiting books.
Same.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think especially when you get older, I think that's important, that you should discover your own style of what you like to read. And look, the reality is, if you tell kids, most kids these days, no, you're not going to do this, or you shouldn't read this. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to look for it. They're going to do it anyway because they're teenagers and they're kids, and they're like, oh, well, if you tell me I shouldn't do that, why not? So
I think you can post a link, Spooey. It won't be clickable, unless one of us, unless I post it. But I mean, people can copy and paste it.
Yeah, you got people that are referencing 1984 and they haven't even read the damn book. Like, oh my God, this is Orwellian. This is 1984, and it's like, have you read the damn book?
I read that and Animal Farm in high school.
I read Anne Frank's Diary in elementary school.
Is that banned? Anne Frank's Diary?
That's a good question, but I remember reading that in 4th grade. I don't think they teach that anymore. Mostly because when I worked in middle schools a few years ago, I had a group of kids where we asked, okay, who here, this is 7th grade, who here knows what the Holocaust is? 2 people out of a classroom of almost 30 kids knew what the Holocaust was.
Wow.
What?
I'm trying to think if I read Diary of Anne Frank in middle school or high school. I think I read To Kill a Mockingbird and Diary of Anne Frank in middle school. That's Escambia. Oh, this is a Florida county. Is going wild. Oh, Cine, how's it going?
Yep. Yes, Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl has been banned in some parts of Florida, including Escambia County and a school district in Indian River County. Hey.
Wow.
That's where we're at. 5th grade literacy level.
Ghost World. That I don't. What in the world?
Oh my God, Canterbury Tales. I remember trying to read that. Oh, yeah, I did not.
Oh yeah, I wish that was banned. That was really hard to read.
That was a slog, man. I remember reading that in middle school.
I'm like, what? Why is this so supposedly sensual and exciting and stuff? I'm like, I can't even understand a word in this book. Netflix did Super Crooks, the Mark Miller anime. Okay. Is there any LGBT material in White Knight? Most books get banned for any LGBT references.
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything in there.
I don't think so. Harley's. Well, I can only remember that Harley was with Jack Napier in the book. I want to read this again now. I remember really liking it. James is the Watcher. Yeah. Chinese takeout container vows are legally binding.
It's a sacred bond.
A new burger bet. Okay, James says 47 more days. Don't wait till day 46.
I will read the damn. What is it? 12 issues, right? That first set is only 12 issues, right?
The first book is 6 issues.
For Scarlet Witch?
Oh, Scarlet Witch. I'm sorry. It's 3. I think it's 3 books.
Oh,
There's you only have to read the first 2 because then it reboots and becomes Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
okay. So am I on the hook for Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver or just Scarlet Witch?
Just the first 2 Scarlet Witches. Let me see.
Done deal.
I think I have them right here. Let's see. Scarlet Witch, The Last Door. Yeah, I think there's 2 volumes of that, and then it reboots into Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Yeah, that's right. If they ban all of Harley Quinn, what are we talking about here? Then I'm really going to get upset. They're trying to make their children that they can't even spell night. Okay, so we have links to the list in there. Yeah, it was. I don't think I ever even knew what it was.
I hated that book. Every time we tried to read Canterbury Tales in school,
Yeah.
I would just roll my eyes and just go, God, can we get through this already? And it never ended for us.
Elon, I see your one at 9:58, but I don't think I should highlight it. I understand your point, and I think it's right about what you're saying at 9:58. And I also see NFL Dude's comment at 9:54. Those are kind of words that I don't know that we should be highlighting. Your points are valid, though.
I won't read it. I won't read it all. I read the. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, just because of. Yes, I agree with what you're saying, but some things we get in serious heat for on YouTube for saying some of those things. But yes, I'm in agreement with you guys.
Yeah,
because
I get it.
Especially Elon, because I did the same thing too.
Yeah,
very much so. Speaking of what we're reading, so I ended up dropping Wheel of Time for right now. I couldn't do it for right now. I had started it and I was about 300 pages last week, and I was like, this is just not moving at a pace fast enough for me. So, hey, good night, Jewish Dragons. We hope to see you on Sunday for the Patreon show, buddy. Patreon.com/Omnibroslive, where for $5 a month you could join Jess and I, and we will be doing a show this Sunday, right, Jess?
Yes, at 8 p.m. Where do I post a link in my Discord, or do they have to sign up to get the link?
They have to sign up. They have to sign up to the Patreon to get the link.
Okay, so yes. I've done my bit by linking the Patreon itself in the Patreon channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So Patreon.com/OmnibrosLive. Guys, $5 a month gets you an exclusive hangout with me and Jess right here, where we get to talk about comics, movies, video games, whatever you want to talk to us about. And you get to join us in that conversation. So you will join the StreamYard like Jess is doing with me right now. And we get to just hang out for a little bit. That's going to be this Sunday. I already posted the link in the Patreon. So if you are a subscriber, be on the lookout for that. And if you can't join us for whatever reason, and you are a Patreon subscriber, I posted the mailbag. So that basically means if you have any questions or topics and you can't make it to the show, go ahead and put them in there and we can address them on the show.
We should have voicemails. That'd be fun to read. That'd be fun to read listen to the not safe for work ones. Patreon. But yeah, it's really interactive. I had fun because Lou's I sort of that was my first one, and Lou's a good host. He was asking everybody, what have you been reading? What, tell us and engaging them, and we got a lot of interesting stuff. You don't have to appear. Your face doesn't have to appear. Your voice doesn't have to appear. You can talk to us in the chat. Totally get it if you're not interested in having us see what you look like.
That's fine.
Privacy is completely important. I get it.
Yep, no problem there.
Yeah, this boggles my mind. Anne Frank's diary is one of the most hopeful and positive things through trauma I've ever read. I agree with that. Isn't one of the last things she writes is she still believes that people are good?
Dude,
during one of the worst things that's ever happened in history, she still believes people are good?
I don't see the time. I read it in 4th grade. I don't remember. I remember bits and pieces of it, but very, very little because it was so long ago. We're talking about 4th grade. That would make me 10, 9 years old, something
9
like
years
that.
old.
Maybe?
Yeah, that's kind of heavy for a 9-year-old to read.
It was 4th grade. I remember specifically we were reading it back then. It was required reading.
That's actually kind of impressive.
Yeah, it was required reading at the time.
This is my bad. I didn't even know Stephen King had 69 books. That's amazing. What? They better not abandon Dark Tower. That's a great book.
I started reading. Sorry.
Go ahead. No,
go
ahead.
What I was saying was before I plug the Patreon, I started reading Red Rising, and Red Rising is awesome.
And who's the author for that? Is that more Brando Sando?
No. This is Pierce Brown. Yes, I started reading Red Rising by Pierce Brown, and man, I honestly, this thing moves like lightning. This book moves very fast. The plot almost moves a little too fast, where it gets going, and within 50 pages, there is a whole lot of stuff that happens. We're talking about main characters already dead within 50 pages, and I'm like, oh, I saw that coming. I did not expect X, Y, and Z to happen so fast. But all right, here we are. Let's get this going. So it centers around Red Rising centers around a group of people called the Reds, and they were sent to Mars hundreds of years into the future to basically terraform it and set it up for a class of people called the Golds. And this is a world where you're grouped in a class based on color, not color of the skin or color of the eye or anything like that, but it's literally color. So like golds are the top tier. They are seen as almost perfect looking beings. They are just up here. Then there's pink. Then there's brown. And then at the very bottom is red. And they are essentially slaves. And we follow this character named Doro, as he basically is set up from the very beginning to start going down a path where he's going to eventually lead what I'm assuming is a revolution from this group of slaves. And so far, I've seen every story beat coming. Nothing's really caught me off guard, but it's more of the way that it's written and the way that it's told and the pace of it that's really got me hooked. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. Yeah. It's really good. It's really good. It's very sci-fi. It's very, very, very science fiction. It's got a little bit of cyberpunk in there, which I did not expect. That was really cool.
Cool.
And I'm only 100 pages in, but man, this thing moves. It moves quick. I'm digging it. It's so for those of you out there that liked Ender's Game, Hunger Games, Battle Royale, stuff like that, you'll probably dig this.
That sounds cool. I'll give you a sneak peek into what I am going to stick in the my Supernatural first video, which is going to be Witches / Magic. This book's getting reprinted, The Witching Hour.
Okay.
Wait a minute. It all looks backwards. It is backwards. Oh, Jeff Loeb and Chris Bacalo, however you say his name. This is one of the best things I've ever read from Jeff Loeb.
Wow.
But Bacalo, his art is astonishing. It's so good. And why I like it so much, it does deal with 3 or 4 separate witches. The art is amazing. And or maybe even 5. There are 5 stories going on at once, but they intertwine, and you never feel lost. It's so well written. You never feel lost, and everything builds upon each other, and everything comes to a resolution at the end about these witches and their lives, starting like back in the 1600s in Ireland, going to Salem, and then modern times. Look at this art, man. This needs an absolute too. I just love this book. I forgot how much I loved this book. It's just really, really amazing. And I'll give more of a detailed explanation in my video, but the magic and the witch's behavior is so sharply and wittily written. And Chris's art, I won't even try his last name anymore. I'm sure Cycle's in there already telling me how to say it. This is getting reprinted. I didn't know it was out of print. Strong A+, 10 out of 10. You should read this book, everybody out there. Whether you like witches or not, it's just super well constructed and really, really well done. That's what I will plug as the book you should read.
Okay, I'll check that out, man.
You would really dig it. It's so well written.
Yeah, Jeff Lemire is a great writer.
Jeff Loeb.
Oh,
Jeff Loeb, yeah.
Jeff Lemire. Jeff Loeb.
Yeah.
Really? Jeff Loeb?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
And I've only read, I think, what have I read? Black, Blue, and Silver, whatever that is. Yellow, Blue, Gray, and White, and the Batman book, the Pain Meds book that I bought so long ago.
Hey, I don't knock Jeff Loeb. I mean, he's never been a writer that's blown my socks off or anything like that. But he's always been solid from the stuff that I've read.
This stuff, I don't know. I really was impressed with it. Elon, I've actually been to the Anne Frank Museum in Amsterdam.
Oh, wow.
And that was my first introduction to French fries in mayonnaise. That's what they do in the Netherlands. It's like a sweet mayonnaise, though. And I was on a tour with a bunch of crazy Australians, and I was like, and the leader was not that much older than I was, the guy that was running the tour. And I'm like, French fries in mayonnaise? And he goes, yeah, I haven't even tried this yet, mate. Try it first. Then we can talk. And I tried it, and it was awesome.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. I like mayo, but no, because we have a combination of what's called mayo ketchup, which is just mayonnaise and ketchup mixed together, and that's pretty popular over here. So that's not totally unheard of.
I like sriracha and mayo mixed together for my burger.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
That's good. Cine is saying, wait till you get to Gold Sun.
That's the second book, I believe, in this. So, yeah, everything that I've heard is that the book starts out deceptively almost YA, which is young adult, the first book. And then it goes really, really adult in the second book. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm looking forward to that because this, like I said, this thing moves really, really, really fast. And I'm kind of looking for a palate cleanser because I think we're 22 days out, 20-something days out from book 5 coming out of Stormlight Archive. And I'm dropping everything once that comes out, and I'm reading that. But I needed a palate cleanser.
I already sense a conflict then in reading Scarlet Witch. You better
No,
get
no, no,
Scarlet
no.
Witch
I will
read
squeeze.
before that.
I will squeeze in Scarlet Witch before that. Matter of fact, I will download it tonight and I'll watch. Wow, I will read it at some point this week.
Labruski, yeah, sure. Go ahead and give us a shameless plug. 4 Dark Tower books are banned across multiple counties. It's the books that have Susanna, who's a character with dissociative identity disorder. Okay, I can see that. I guess maybe, but I don't. Let me judge. Okay, you are all out of your mind. Why are you even a fan of mine? How do I even let you be on this show, Cycle? Never written a single good thing. I just told you how good it was. What is wrong with you?
Lou can handle an issue a day for Scarlet Witch. I think I could do an issue a day of Scarlet Witch, of Steve Orlando.
Talking about Australia, that's right. Aussieverse is going to be on OmniDog's Vault tomorrow night with OmniBo and Single Issue Steve and all the other gang. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Thank you, James. James right on top of it. I've read The Woods by Tiny Onion. It's awesome. I really liked it. That was early Tiny Onion.
I like William Lee's comment. Is it bad? I just bought the complete Calvin and Hobbes.
Whoops, sorry. There it is.
I just bought the complete Calvin and Hobbes hardcover. There's currently a $42 coupon on. No, it's not. That set is gorgeous, dude. It's Calvin and Hobbes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Calvin and Hobbes is arguably the best comic strip of all time, or easily one of the best comic strips of all time.
Yeah, I think that it's a perfect thing that you did. You did the right thing.
You have that set, don't you?
I do, yeah. When Target had it for like $50 with free shipping, that's the issue. It's so heavy that you gotta get free shipping. So since you got it through the Bezos site, I assume you're getting free shipping. That's a deal. What? This is a good question. What is the comic that started the Steve Orlando hate? I've only read his Midnighter, and it's not bad. That's right. Midnighter is his Midnighter's good. Yeah, what is I think the Steve Orlando train of sort of mehness. I don't hate him.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the Midnighter book he wrote. I feel like it may have started with Rebirth Justice League or somewhere in there he wrote something.
Yes.
Where did it start for you?
I refer to it as the monorail of mediocrity. And it started for me with the Grimlock. He had a Grimlock series, which is a Transformer. And if you can't make a robotic T-Rex that transforms into a robotic badass fighter interesting, then I have no hope for you. It's a robotic dinosaur that you sent back in the past, and somehow you made that boring. It's a slam dunk. My 2-year-old could write an interesting plot around that.
Steve Orlando's Supergirl? I don't think I've read that. I'm sure I own it. Supergirl is something that I buy no matter what, along with Harley Quinn. Any Supergirl book I'm buying. I'm buying that new 52 Omni of Supergirl, even though I know it's on the roller coaster of wretched or whatever. The monorail of meh. That's so awesome. I want to see that on the back, a blurb on the back of one of his books.
Oh, Jesus. The continuation of the monorail of mediocrity. Comics Guide 101. You put that on the back of one of his books. But hey, man, I gave Matt Fraction a lot of crap years ago. And he ended up putting out Matt Fraction is so fascinating to me because he will put out a string of just books, and then out of nowhere he comes out with 3 or 4 books that are just knockouts, and then he goes and does 3 or 4 books where I'm just like, oh god, dude.
I feel like you and the minister are the ones that got me to read the Jimmy Olsen book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had little to no hope for that book. I didn't, because I wasn't a fan of a lot of the stuff that Fraction was doing. You got to remember, this was at a time when Fraction was writing a very horrible Fantastic Four book, and then he tried to do.
But that was what was weird. Fantastic Four wasn't good, but FF was great.
Right.
That's so weird, right. And they're included in the same book.
Right, and he was writing. What was the event that he wrote for Marvel that was not
itself?
Either? That wasn't good either. He was coming off a string of really bad stuff that he was writing, and then he comes out. He takes a break. He comes out and he puts out I think it's a series of 3 books that were crime books, and I was like, man, this is actually really good.
Oh, was that November?
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me to get that. I haven't read them yet, but you were really high on them. There's 4 of those, I think, now.
Right. The thing is with that book series is you read the first one and you go, okay, this is really good, but there's a lot of open-endedness to this. And then you read the second one and you see where he's mapped everything out and laid out everything, and stuff starts to come together. And I'm like, wow, this is really, really well done. And then after that, he puts out what, again, I say this almost every week, but it's true. He puts out what I think is his best book, which is Jimmy Olsen. And I'm like, Jesus, dude, where was this guy 5 years ago?
Yeah, I love Jimmy Olsen, and I love that art. I love everything about that book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one of the top Lou recommendations for me. Let's see. Can I talk you out of buying Acts of Vengeance, Brian? And maybe returning the crossover, Omni, and getting your money back? Don't spend over cover for Acts of Vengeance. See if you can get it for like 50% off.
Ooh.
I don't even know if that's a book that Marvel's going to reprint. It was super on the monorail of mediocrity. That was, yeah. I don't mean to yuck your yum the way Cycle just did with me and Jeff Loeb, so I apologize. But yeah, don't spend too much on Acts of Vengeance.
Okay, what's wrong with it? Because I've never read Acts of Vengeance. I don't even know what Acts of Vengeance is.
It was just dull and meandering, I thought. Mm-hmm. I read it back almost 10 years ago. I just found it kind of dull and meandering. That's really the best I can say. I didn't care about the vengeance. It's like, okay, have your vengeance. I'm not interested. Is Grimlock's New Brain the best G1 episode?
I don't remember that. It's been a long time.
What's G1?
Generation 1 Transformers. It's regarded as when the first cartoons first came out and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Grimlock's New Brain. Oh, Spooey. Come on, you're better than this. Only a fraction of his books are good.
Oh.
He also wrote Sex Criminals, which introduces to Chip Zdarsky, the artist.
But was it Fraction or was that more Chip?
That's a good question.
Because that feels more like a Chip Zdarsky book than it does a Matt Fraction book.
You might be right. You know, now that I think about Chip Zdarsky, I remember back maybe 2015, the place I used to, I still get my comics from, Third Eye Comics. They would have interviews with 2 creators in store, and they would interview them, and they would say, you can have whatever 3 things in the store you want for free. And Zdarsky, usually people go and pick 3 trades. Zdarsky goes and gets one of those giant boxes of the first 10 Marvel. What are those? Those huge boxes that came, you opened them and there were 10 hardcovers in there with a map and a flag. He got that and some other giant Godzilla toy and like $6,000 worth of stuff. And he's juggling them and said, okay, here are my 3. And he was really so funny.
NFL dude is correct on that one. Fraction did do the bulk of the dialogue and overarching story in Immortal Iron Fist, which was good.
Well, yeah.
And he wrote Hawkeye too. I liked half of Hawkeye.
Half of it?
I didn't like the Kate Bishop stuff.
Oh.
I didn't care for that stuff.
The Kate Bishop stuff. Okay.
When the book splits at a certain point.
Yeah.
And it's Kate in California. I'm like, this is okay, but I was really more interested in the other stuff. What was going on with the building and the neighborhood and the Russians
that said bro.
Yeah, the Russians that said bro. I was really more interested in that.
Immortal Iron Fist, he did that with Brubaker, and you're saying he did the bulk of the dialogue and overarching story. Interesting.
That was good. That was
that was one of my first introductions to Marvel. I really dug that. In Acts of Vengeance, all the Marvel villains collude to fight characters they have never or rarely encountered to throw off all the heroes who are not accustomed to fighting them.
Okay.
Okay.
So Spider-Man fights Mephisto? Something like that? Boomerang fights the Hulk? I feel like that's one-sided.
Yeah, Brian, I think your time, this is just my opinion, your time is much better off spent reading something else.
What Jess is trying to say is don't buy the book, man.
I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to, yuck your yum.
I know. Peace and love, buddy. But
you know what's something else? I haven't read it yet, but that was one of my early recommendations from Riley was Fraction's Iron Man. Apparently, that's really good.
I have to read that. I have not read it. I take that back. No, Extremis wasn't Fraction. That was Warren Ellis. Then no, I haven't read that run. No. I haven't read anything from it.
Spooey says Acts of Vengeance has a great Mark Grunwald story where Magneto goes after the Red Skull for being a N-word, a different N-word. I don't think I'm allowed to say it, and buries him underground in a bomb shelter with no light and just a few gallons of water. This is funny. I learned that Iron Fist fact when Jess interviewed Brubaker, and he gave all the credit to Fraction.
Wait, hold on. You interviewed Brubaker?
No. That's what's funny about it. He just made that up, and it's very funny.
It's called alternative facts right now.
Yeah. He gave all the credit to Fraction. I'm going to have to throw this out to the chat about Fraction's Thor. I've never read it, and I don't know anything about it. I also don't know anything about JMS's Thor. If that's any good. Fractions Thor. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. Maybe the chat can help you here, Brian 12-ish. Love David Aja for both Iron Fist and Hawkeye.
God, David Aja's art on Hawkeye. How good was in that book, man.
Yeah, I liked it so much. Where's my Hawkeye figure? Here's Pizza Dog. My Hawkeye figure broke. He fell and the bow broke in half. So all that's left is Pizza Dog.
That's such a good book. That first half is so good.
Yeah. You're thinking of Rucka. Oh, I thought you were making it up. We did interview Rucka. I wish we could have interviewed Brubaker. Did Rucka give somebody else full credit on something?
Did he ever finish up Lazarus? Rucka?
Not yet, and I'm still waiting.
Is it ongoing still? Is he taking a break? What's the deal with that book?
He in Black Magic he hasn't finished, but I feel like Nicola Scott may have said something about Black Magic. Rucka got really sick. I think not this year, but last year, and I think it stopped. I think it interrupted his flow, and he wasn't able. I think he wants to work on it, but I don't know what's happened. Because Black Magic and Lazarus are like two of the best things I've ever read, and I'd really like him to finish, but I heard his health wasn't good for a while. Here's NFL Dude letting us know Fractions Iron Man. Oh, is Iron Man is good for about 20-25. This is clear. Editorial started mucking around with the comic because it was releasing simultaneously with Iron Man 2. Oh, Netflix has crashed?
That sucks. Oh, man. I mean, it doesn't suck for me because I'm going to bed right after this because ain't no way I'm staying up till 1:45 to watch a washed Mike Tyson and a YouTuber box.
Oh, he's a YouTuber.
He's annoying, is what he is.
Doc says JMS's story is supposed to be great, but he left the run early, I think. So it's a little incomplete. But and we want to find out if Fractions Thor is any good. If anybody's read Fractions Thor. So to sum up, I want the custard pie. We want Mike Tyson to beat the other guy down into a pulp. Netflix has crashed.
Yep.
Lou has promised to read Scarlet Witch within 47 days.
Conversation was had, yes.
And I can go ahead and forget it because James will remember.
Yes, he will. James
remembers stuff I said 3 years ago. It's kind of scary.
This is true.
Yeah. Let's see. Tomorrow I'm on twice, 8 o'clock with Aussieverse and Omnibo, and before that at 4 o'clock on the Brave and the Boys channel, we spend an hour going over the collected editions for the week. I'm a guest host there with Chris Balga and Dom of X. So it'll be fun. Kraven the Hunter is coming out next month. Okay. Is there anybody in the chat that wants to see that? And I'm somebody that's going to watch Madam Web, whether it kills me or not. I'm not seeing Kraven the Hunter.
No, I'm not watching Kraven the Hunter. All right, Jess, it's time to get out of here, man. Tell him one last time. Hit him with the hyena.
Hit him with the hyena. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from 30% up to 60% off some places. They're having an ongoing sale if you saved your most recent email from them. They're having rolling sales each week this month. There's going to be a Black Friday sale too. So there's lots of sales that are going on this whole month. Don't forget your 2% loyalty discount. A $50 gift card will be given away from us to you, courtesy of InStockTrades.com. Did I say it was worth $50? Because $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the U.S. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. OmniDogs. Oh, is it on OPB? Oh, thank you, Razor. I didn't know. You're right. It's on OPB. I apologize. I was just asked to be a guest host. I'll just sign up on the link. Thank you, Razor. See if I forget everything. I've already forgotten the Scarlet Witch thing.
One last time, patreon.com/OmniBrosLive. You'll find that we will be doing a live stream this Sunday for our patrons. We're looking forward to that. You can follow me at lourodrigue.bluesky.bsky .social. So lourodrigue.bsky.social.
8 p.m. Eastern time, William Lee.
PM, buddy. We are not live streaming at 8 a.m. I have a toddler, and she's screaming for breakfast at 8 in the morning.
She'll be up at 8 a.m.
She is up at 5:30 in the morning like clockwork every day. I have not slept in 2 years, Jess. It gets better, right? Please tell me it gets better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It gets better.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, is she 2? She's up at 5:30 at 2?
Yeah, she's well, she goes to bed around 6:30.
Oh, well,
yeah. Early to bed, early to rise. So 6:30, she's usually up by 5:30 in the morning, which is really not that bad of a deal because I'm usually up by 6 in the morning most days too. So we kind of wake up together.
Oh, that's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know what that. You don't even have kids. So peace and love. Thank you to everyone that's watching us on the Friday show. This is great. We're having a lot of fun, and we'll have a lot of fun on Patreon. And we love talking to you people. Peace and love. Thank you to IST. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to Lou for being here. Peace and love. And wait, there we go. Here it is. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in.